All right, here's my Monday morning storyline. The Giants are trading Saquon Barkley. Now, I don't know if the trade. I don't know if the trade's going to be announced Monday morning. Here's what I think it could be. It could be one of those. Yeah, go ahead.
Walk me through this, because I woke up to like a headline of like Saquon Barkley, quote, "I don't want to be traded," and I was like, did I miss a previous news cycle? Like, did that happen? I wasn't around.
The same thing happened to me. I'm like, wait, what? Was he gonna be traded? Why are we talking about this?
Talking about?
Then I thought. Then I started prepping for the show, and I go, wait a minute. You know what? Yeah, why would they hold on to Saquon Barkley? Their team stinks. They're 1-5. The Giants are 3-point underdogs at home against the Commanders. Barkley did this. Remember he had that redone contract before the season where it was like, wait, is this actually a win for the running back, or did he just kind of cave and he's not tagged? But so he just it's a 1-year deal. It was this year. It had some incentives baked in. That's basically all that he got, but it's a very tradable contract. And these two sides have been talking contract for a long time. Like, they should have a good idea right now about whether they think Saquon Barkley is going to be on their team in 2024 and beyond. And given that they couldn't reach a deal so far, and that Barkley has had some injuries this year and hasn't been the same guy he was last year, I have a hard time believing that that's something that would really get done long term. So I think if you're the Giants, you absolutely have to consider it. Like, can you get something back for Saquon Barkley here at the trade deadline? One of the teams I wrote down is the team you just mentioned with some running back injuries. Would the Los Angeles Rams be injured? Would they pivot a little bit and say, yeah, I know we were going to be patient, but we could still use a running back here if we think that our guy, Kyron Johnson, is going to be out for a while? Are there other teams? Would the Baltimore Ravens have any interest in a Saquon Barkley as they make this push? They lost J.K. Dobbins for the season. Would the Buffalo Bills? I mean, James Cook has played pretty well, but would they say, you know what? Yeah, let's make a little push here. Our window is open. Those are just some of the teams I wrote down. But when I read that headline, and again, I was just like you, Saquon Barkley says he doesn't want to be traded. Wait a minute. Could Saquon Barkley be traded? I was like, yeah, no, he should be traded. They should trade him, and someone should trade for him if he's healthy. He came back last week, assuming that, his injury stuff is good and that he can play here. So what do you think? You seem to like that Ravens idea.
I did, yeah. I'd be surprised if the Rams are in, just because I think Kyron Williams has been directed for them. Yeah, and the Ravens have enjoyed. I think the Ravens have gotten more from Gus Edwards and Justice Hill than they probably expected. They've also not got a back that's had more than 50 rushing yards yet this season. So that kind of tells you where expectations were.
I didn't realize that.
It's because they bell count. It's because they split the carries between them,
right?
And then they incorporate Lamar. So they've had like productive outings, but they're all like 9 for 40 yards, and then that's it, right? They haven't had a guy who like really like dominates from that position, and they obviously want that because they had Dobbins and they wanted to use Dobbins like that. And if they get Barkley, who you're worried about Barkley getting nicked up constantly, well, you have Gus Edwards and you have Justice Hill. So I think it makes a lot of sense. I also like the size aspect of it. It's always nice when the Ravens get Gus Edwards in there because you're like, a big one. Because the rest, like Mark Andrews is small for the tight end position. All the receivers are light for the wide receiver position. It's nice when I think they have a little bit of better size between the tackles. I like that a lot. In regards to whether or not the Giants would move him, they obviously should. I don't know if they will. And I don't know if Barkley... I do know Barkley doesn't want to be moved because that's the only headline I've read on this.
No, but when you were talking about the Ravens, I was just thinking about it. Like, if you're Barkley, you're like, yes, please, I will go join a Lamar Jackson rushing attack and get my numbers up, maybe play in the playoffs this year as I enter free agency. So obviously, everybody's going to say that, in that spot that, no, I don't want to be traded. I want to be a Giant. But man, if you're thinking about that thing financially, and we've had the discussions about running backs and contracts and everything, like that Ravens offense is a great place to be if you're someone who's trying to, contribute and get your numbers up in the last 10 weeks of the season or so.
Yeah, I think that if the Giants move off of Barkley because he's on the tag after giving Daniel Jones the contract.
So he's not technically on the tag.
Yeah. Not on the tag. Yeah.
But it's similar. Yeah.
Yes. On the tag plus. On the tag enhanced, which is what we do when we tag people now. It's like, here, Josh Jacobs, here's another $900,000. Congratulations. I will never shut up about that decision for as long as I live. I will call it the worst offseason of all time. I find it's so funny to me that they fell into this badly.
There you go. All right. So we'll see. Maybe something. I was debating a few players about like who, because I do think it's going to heat up next week. And I'm sure we'll talk about the latest rumors on Monday's show. All right.